You resent that disclaimer. Good. Anyone who's been hurt by our brews should. And on that note, we are back with another sweet brew here from the one and only Grixisism. So that's a first turn negator. Hit a wonderful 5-2 record on the Sunday challenge. Same record as me, but due to losing in the correct places rather than where I lost, made it to the top 8. So big congratulations to Grixisism. Well done. Oh, we're spaghetting, Jacob, all night long. So Grixisism made the top 8 with this deck with some very sweet inclusions. I couldn't not try it out. It is actually slightly improved from exactly what he played on the day of. The general game plan is, of course, through the breach with Emrakul, the Aeons Torn. You've got Valakut Awakening, Archmage's Charm, and Prismari Command to help you get there. Snapcaster Mage, Remand, Mana Leak, and all these sort of just different tempo spells and things can interact with your opponent and keep you alive and drawing cards until you get to the point where you can deploy the giant implacable spaghetti monster. However, we also have a copy of Magma Opus. So this is a phenomenally exciting mythic that is kind of lackluster, but very, very cool from Strixhaven. So 6 blue-red, deals 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of targets. Tap 2 target permanents, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token, and draw 2 cards. Watsu is running a contest over what to name the Strixhaven elemental mascot, and I went with Smear Nov. Which did not make it onto their final list, but that's okay. And then, of course, we've got Torrential Gearhulk, which is the Fat Caster Mage himself. So 4 blue, flash, 5/6, artifact, creature, construct. When it enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. And then it goes into exile. So we have Magma Opus, which is an 8 mana instant, which we can, of course, Gearhulk. We have Cryptic Command, which we can Gearhulk. You can do any of these Archmage's Charms, Force of Negation, Prismari Command, or even a Through the Breach if you need to. So it's one of those interesting things in that sometimes people will discard your Through the Breach and try to have you have your Emrakuls stranded in your hand. So the Gearhulk will flash that back. Snapcaster Mage can do the same thing, but it does cost 1 more mana. And then other than that, Gearhulk is just a value play and there's a little bit of redundancy in a game plan if you get hit with an Unmoored Ego or something similar is definitely not a bad idea. And then the teamer part of this deck, the addition of green into this deck is important in that it gives you access to sideboard Veil of Summer and Weather the Storm, particularly Veil of Summer because as Grix pointed out, this deck is already reasonable in any control matchup, and something like Veil of Summer really breaks that wide open for you. Apparently, he lost 0 of the blue mirrors over the entire day. And then Weather the Storm is a reasonable add against things like Prowess and the super aggressive decks. However, he had me cut down from 3 to 2 and add things like Flame Slash and another Aether Gust. I'm not exactly sure what what his intention was with that. I think he said something along the lines that Weather the Storm wasn't really doing as much work as he thought it might against the Prowess decks, which has been my experience as well a lot of the time as a control deck. You can gain sometimes 12 or 15 life against Prowess, and then they'll just kill you in another turn or two because that is how ludicrous their damage output can get. But on the plus side, you do get to see someone do something spectacular while they're killing you. So it's kind of neat. Cut down to 1 Ashiok, that doesn't surprise me. Ashiok as a sideboard card is not a big deal right now, and so I'm not surprised to see that a number of Ashioks go down. Green isn't free at all, it seems. Dispel is greater than Veil. Well, so the thing about Veil is it also helps you against black discard and black removal. Not that the black removal is going to be a big deal because, you know, your spaghetti monster has protection from colored spells. But discard for sure. I mean, discard's kind of a pain in the butt because it's just so cheap and it's awkward to counter it. A lot of your early game counter magic is things like Remand where they can just replay it. So, not the best. So, I definitely see the value in it. Generally speaking, I like Veil of Summer more against black removal and such, but obviously this deck is not really pushing in that direction. Still, the more important thing is, I had it up earlier, but I'll pull it up again. With the cards I was considering being able to get from Card Market, obviously I had some language choices, and I always have to flip through and just see how good the name is in other languages. And I gotta tell you, the German Remand is phenomenal. Zurückverweisen. Zurückverweisen. That is... I have no idea, but... Alright. In the dark, this certainly seems like a keeper. Urian deck usually means our opponent's on something slower. Idutra has been zurück. That makes sense. Zurückverweisen. Zurückverweisen. Yeah, okay. That sounds more correct. Zurück. Yeah. I've heard enough German in my life that I can get there quicker than a lot of people will. And just my general ear for accents is better than a lot of people. It's only because I find it interesting. I don't think I'm talented or anything. So we're going to lead on Scalding Tarn against... Oh, no, wait. This went on white. For some reason, I've seen enough Gruul in the last couple days. I assumed that this was on red. So that was a mistake. It means my Triome's not coming down on time. But at the same time, I have enough lands anyway, so this really isn't going to be a costly mistake. We have no green spells in the main deck at all, so I don't have to. I don't actually have to play this Ketria Triome. Although at the moment it's my 5th land. But between the Remand and some draw steps, we'll probably find a 5th land, so I'm not concerned. Ooh. Oh no, but they're Urian deck. This isn't Heliod at all. And they grabbed their Urian. Interesting. Okay. Well, we're not actually playing any Blood Moons in our main deck, so let's grab the Steam Vents while I don't have to hurt myself for it. Yeah, I do have an island, so let's play that. We're not a Mystic Sanctuary deck. I don't need to worry about actually deploying enough real islands. Hey, how's it going, Brian? Oh, for anyone who's interested, I was inspired by a pretty random reason to create the World Champion / invitational card tier list thing. So I should create a link for that. Here, let me grab the link and then Roy can create let me grab the link and then Roy can maybe create a command for it, because I think it'd be a fun thing to keep around. So you can easily slot in your list of how you rank the world champion cards. I should look up my own profile. But they have enough mana to pay for this. But they don't have the right colors. They do have mana open for Kaya's Guile, and they left it open because if I had had Prismari Command here, I could have created the treasure token and then gone in on them. So I think here we go. Roy, can you create a command for that somehow reflects what it is? Which is the tier list for invitational and world champion cards. Thanks, buddy. Well, just so I don't have to split my attention quite so hard. Anyway, it was just a fun, stupid thing that happened after Cave Dan made a post where he was congratulating what? No, not scolding's the wrong word. Admonishing PVDR for Paulo Vitor Dalmadorosa for the audacity that he had maybe asked Wizards if his card could be could have flash. The elite spell mage, elite something mage, the new one that's doing quite well. Yeah, that really sucks. We have exactly one Force of Negation in our deck, so maybe I'll hit it right now. Spellbinder, thank you. Elite Spellbinder. Nope. All right. Well, at least I'll be able to discard the Emrakul if that's not what they take, etc. Anyway, and all I could think was, yeah, well, if they'd given the Elite Spellbinder flash, it might have actually been good enough to, like, you know, crack that tier list. As is, it's a good card, and it's obviously been performing quite well recently, but I don't think it's anything compared to Tiago-chan or what have you. So it looks like we're against Niv Mizzet. One of the cards in their hand is Urian, which is pretty lackluster in the matchup in general, but losing my Emrakuls or my Breaches here is going to suck a little bit. They still haven't named the card. They were stuck on the priority there for a second. They name Emrakul. Okay, that's good. Because Breach is actually the castable half. Emrakul, I really don't care. Well, I mean, obviously I care about losing, but not only is Emrakul the castable half, but if you discard an Emrakul with the Prismari Command, you actually shuffle in your graveyard. So I do believe this is the incorrect choice. I believe you should leave. Yeah. We have a Gearhulk, we have 3 snaps, and we have a Magma Opus. Yeah, and they drew me a card. But more importantly, we don't have 4 uncastable cards in our deck that cause our graveyard to get wiped out if we discard them. Good sequencing from my opponent there, though, actually got me good. I wasn't expecting them to naturally draw the Unmoored Ego in their 80-card deck, of course. But, you know, that happens from time to time. They know I have Mana Leak in my hand, so if they're playing Urian here, I'm going to Prismari Command first, see what's up with the what's up, and then you see coffee and you vote for it. Yeah. I'd rather Remand their 5-mana spell when they play Orion next turn, in theory. I don't know what they were planning on doing with that. I mean, I guess they still have their land drop, but I don't know what they could play on 3 that would actually be scary at this point. We're good. How they trophy your treasure. No! Wait, I could just sack it in response, dude. Oh, I'm aware. You are a coffee enthusiast. Well, that's no fun. But we can go Remand into Snap Mana Leak if we have to. Poing. Nice. Now I have the Snap Archmage's Charm that I wanted anyway. They do not replay it. Opponent is confirmed a coward. I'm going to use my treasure on Snap Archmage's Charm. Well, I would do... I think they're going to Kaya's Guile if I play the Snap right now. Which there isn't anything... There isn't anything I can do about it other than just not play. Suppose what I can do is fetch, tap land, and cycle my Triome right now. Which is a fine situation to be in. Yeah. Hey, Blitz. Hope the world is treating you just the gosh darn best. My opponent doesn't have the same need for speed that I have right now. I just had coffee. And I'm ready to go, baby. Ready to go. Roared up and raring and ready to go. Took a day off. Today I played exactly one match of Magic. I played the Velomachus Turns deck, and I crushed a nerd on Heliod in the Mana Trader series. This is not another big dragon deck, Schwen, but it is a big musical number deck. So it's like the Buffy finale up in this B. Finale? No, it was just a regular episode. Once more with feeling. This is what we get, Blitz. This is what we get for having you grow up in a carny state. Okay, how much mana do I have? I don't have enough for like all the everything. So I guess I have to go snap Remand. Oh no, I have 6. Okay. I have 6. Never mind. I think that was the joke in The Simpsons, was this is what we get for living in a state that was founded by carnies. When Homer qualifies to box something else or be shot out of a cannon. That's the list. Homer more than meets the requirements in this state to box something or be shot out of a cannon. Well, that's what we get for moving to a state that is founded by carnival folk. Just want to see if there's anything spectacular on top. I don't really want that right now. It's just more card disadvantage. That's not, though. That's my boy. That's my boy. Speaking of which, almost everyone who's used my tier list generator so far has put Snapcaster on S tier. I'm not saying I'm objectively correct, but, you know. Also, Cave Dan with the shots fired at me for putting almost everything on D tier. Yeah, maple drinking drum monkey. Man, you're getting really good at those. Have you seen nice? Have you seen Samurai Jack at all, Blitz? There's a character named the Scotsman who was voiced by John DiMaggio. Before he got, as famous with all the other things that he's done, and oh man, so funny. And he's basically like the super exaggerated version of that, where he'll just go on for like 10 seconds with his whole insult. I think in the very first episode where he shows up, it's just like the Samurai Jack like action montage. They'll do these sort of anime style cinematographic, that's not a word, things with a lot of the action that they do in the show, and they do that, but it's with him just like on this little tirade. I had a spell snare in my hand when they helixed my Snapcaster, and I just talked through it. I'm really bad at this game. Why does anyone watch me do this? Can someone answer? Anyway. Oh, sweet. Okay, well, this Snapcaster is good, but I can get it into play for 5 mana at instant speed with haste. So that's super exciting. Subconsciously saving the snare for Rent. Thanks, Jacob. You're right. I did make that point the other day in someone's chat, Freak. I was like, oh, it was in Spider Space's chat yesterday. I was like, people don't want perfect streamers. People say they want perfect streamers. What they actually want is people who are also terrible at the game so they can feel more human. I guess I'm getting Archmage's Charm here. Kind of sucks to nuke my own resources a bit more. I'd prefer to remand this. Given how many cards in there that are in their hand and the fact that I need to draw more resources anyway, I'm going to do it. I'm not proud of this play, but yeah, I mean, it's just another one of those like sort of, I don't know, like funny life realization things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The spaghetti, it's actually all in one convenient place thanks to my opponent. It's all right there. Oh, that was a perfect draw. People want the human element. Exactly. And it's true with art, as well. Anything that's too perfect is not as good. as things that are a little more human. Yeah, your Modern Horizon 2 tweet popped right off, dude. I've just written that number of things in so many forums that nobody's ever cared about that I just don't care anymore, and talked about it on the podcast. So okay, well, I no longer have an out for Urian, but that's totally gonna be fine, or not. We have drawn all of our remaining win conditions already, so that's fun. Faceless brewing, and people have to guess who brewed it. That's kind of cool. There's a couple brewers who are definitely identifiable enough. Hey Jacob, how does it feel to be right so much of the time? Is it good? Is it a good feeling? Thanks, subconscious. All right. This is 4 + 6. And then in theory, the next turn I can close them out with attack with both and lose one. The problem with this line is if they have any of their remaining like 10 life gain spells, which they quite easily could at the moment, that's going to go south for me in a hurry. I think I'm supposed to go bottom, top, and then just scry again next turn. Well, that's one of the best possible ways to frame a tweet. Blitz is like start out with a serious good discussion topic and add some random comment into it that offends a group of people so that they'll get riled up about it and talk about it more. That's some quality. That's presidential level journalism. But yeah, Jacob, that I've been listening to a bunch of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy radio show from the 60s. And there's a great quote in like it's like that second episode with Slarty Bartfast where he says, "Well, I'd far rather be happy than right any day." And then Arthur asks him, "Oh, wow. And are you?" He said, "No." And that's where it all falls apart, of course. It's like, oh, well, it did sound like a very good philosophy up until that point. It's gonna do the Africa on the new Earth all in fjords because they're his favorite. He doesn't care if it's not equatorial enough. This is concerning. Are they trying to... Are they pumping me? I think they were pumping me. For clarity, and I don't know where I got the term. When I say that, what I mean is they're trying to get free information from me or free value out of me without actually doing anything. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really know where I picked it up, and I don't know if it actually makes sense to anyone else in the world, but it does to me. So our opponent hit us with a surprise Unmoored Ego, and we won the game anyway. Nice. Nice. Can I BM through the breach here? I mean, I can. I have enough mana. I'm not going to do it, but I certainly could. Could have even killed them with Prismari Command and saw the top 2 cards of my library. Feels good. Feels good. All right, so this feels like a flame slash out matchup. Magma Opus kills next to nothing, unfortunately. Now, Veil of Summer, on the other hand, is... Well, it's weird. I mean, so this is a definite Ashiok in matchup, I think. We can go down on Lightning Bolts, but as that game sort of demonstrated, I don't want to go down too far. Oh, Clique is good. Oh, no, not that. Dispute is quite good. Their payoffs of BTL, Bring to Light, Urian, and Niv Mizzet are all counterable with Mystical Dispute. Usually pretty well, unless they get Ren 6 going in the early game. I don't think I want Force of Negation. Yeah, Blitz had an actual incident with his account that he is waiting on a ticket for, and that's obviously, that sucks. I really hope things work out for you, friend. I don't have high hopes. Not that I want to be a downer. I want to prepare you for what I think is a more likely outcome. I don't think that I want Veil of Summer here. I mean, it doesn't stop Kaya's Guile from hosing my Emrakul. Yeah, the uncertainty is the worst, right? They don't play counter magic. They might play discard in the post. Clique is probably not that good. Clique's more of a combo hosing card. They could play Veil also. I mean, I'm not super worried about that because a Veil in their hand is going to really mess with their sequencing and speed in a matchup where they could die all of a sudden quite easily, Freak. Maybe you're right, though. Maybe Gearhulk's not that good in this matchup just because of Kaya's Guile. Imagine I play Gearhulk and they're like, sack a creature plus exile your graveyard. I like Aether Gust because you know they're bringing in Veils. Well, I don't know that they're bringing in Veils. If I were them, I don't know that I would bring in Veils. I don't... I'm going to go with this, but I'm not sure. The only thing that really kills us is green or red. Yeah. Tartan Scarf has thoughts on Veil to protect the Guile? I guess they could. What am I playing? 23 lands? Come on, 23 lands. On the draw? It's probably not a good idea. Triple Prismari Command makes me happy, but no, I don't think Rootwater Thief was ever good. Ditto Rakdos Augermage. Rakdos Augermage had the specific, like Mark Rosewater's done a podcast about the invitational cards, and jeez, Rakdos Augermage, they kind of had to nerf it because they were like, well, if we make that good, it's gonna be miserable, so we can't. All right, that kind of sucked. I don't know if I actually should have discarded the Emrakul there or not, but we'll see. Sorry, I said discarded. I meant shift to the bottom. Well, that's no good. Turn 2 to Fairy is certainly a concern. That one is acceptable. I didn't have my turn 2 one of Spell Snare. Gosh, what kind of Blue Moon player am I? Ah, no, wait, we're playing the Breach deck. Thank God. I don't have to be skillful. Actually, last game we had to play Blue Moon with dead cards in our deck, so, I mean, maybe I'm even better than I think I am. Man, I can't believe I didn't draw my one of. You draw a 4 of, but you're playing 80 cards, so it's like a 3 of. Jeez. Imagine what you could do with a good deck. Oh. I actually don't remember what the Death Note music sounds like, but I do remember I really liked that show. Oh, well, Thing in the Ice, I mean, that was a totally different era. Man, what a time to be alive. Remember the Thing in the Ice Young Pyromancer build that won the Pro Tour in the finals against Mardu Pyro? Those were the days. Well, Double Bolt would kill the Ren 6, but... Alright. We could Prismari Command into the combo here. Not bloody likely, but could happen. Stick in the mud card. We already have Old Man of the Sea, Roy. What else would you want? Man, I wasn't serious. I'm gonna have to wait until their end step, and if they actually have, we got to make them have it. You think so? You think I can make them have their one of, or so that they're 4 of Kaya's Guiles? I guess so. They have 5 mana open though. Like, you bet they only have lands? Really? I mean, fine. If Jacob says do it, let's do it. The game will be over quick, so. Upkeep trophy my land? Trophy my treasure. No, I'll just sack it in response. Got him. I'm a pause before I take any game actions. Are you actually joking? Because I can go land past the turn here and just wait until their end step. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I realized that. That's why I was thinking. I was really surprised to see you say that. You gotta hit me with a Kappa or something, man. Listen, guys, I don't want to win. I just want to feel alive. Nah, that draw was so good. That draw was ludicrous. That draw will keep me. That that draw will give me life for a good long while. That was insane. Everyone should play 2-card combo decks. Sorry, I thought this was a no fear stream. Oh no, I'm plenty cowardly. I play control decks in Magic the Gathering because I have no control in my real life. The hell is this? Jeskai mana on my end. Is Helix upstairs? Oh yeah, that's right. They're playing Mord's build. Yeah, all right. You got it. No, Prismari Command is phenomenal with Ren 6. That's quality blitz. Got a good freaking group tonight, man. Should take days off more often. No, what I should do is do really well in challenges more often, and then use names on my stream that will draw in Magic celebrities. I should tell them there's free clout. Now the question is, are they going to deploy anything this turn? Are they going to just bait the Ren 6? Just try to sort of roll up to Ren 6 here? You see no celebrities here? Well, they're just in text, dude. No, we got a mill celebrity here. Crazy mana symbols discount Cloutorium. Use those stimmies for your social media well-being. All right, like, is it? Are we really not jamming here? Because I feel like this game is like theoretically only getting worse, but then again, we've already not jammed once, so I guess we should just stay the course of doing nothing. Feels bad though. Realfakeclout.com. This card is actually not great here, but I can use it as a shock. But I don't want to use it as rummage, so I guess shock plus... I could shatter their treasure. This feels more like a jelly than a jam kind of time. I get that. I guess I'll just make another mana. Realimitationclout.com, yeah. We got your real imitation, real actual imitation clout available. It's not free and it's not fun, but it's cheap and it's a great value. The teenagers are gonna be they're gonna be like, wow, this guy, man, he's old. Real imitation crab meat. All right. I'm gonna walk my Cryptic Command into their Veil of Summer, assuming they have one here. Oh, thanks, Speeve. Yeah, things are good. Got a little bit hammered on Sunday night after the whole challenge thing, so Oh yeah, tartan scarf. That was McDonald's with 100% beef was the brand they had. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have enough for Through the Breach plus Remand, which is really not much of anything. Well, I got hammered and I forgot to eat dinner. I mean, I didn't forget some. Yeah, I forgot, and which is not normal for me. So the hangover was bad. So yesterday was not so much fun. It's crazy because I had like 3. No, it doesn't. Kaya's Guile is all non-targeted. I feel like remanding this, if only because it'll get them to spend some more mana. And I don't know what I'm gonna draw with it, but I'm just like, they have too much open here. They have double, yeah, they have double black, they have double white because of the treasure token. I'm just gonna fire off the Remand here. Spaghetti night, baby. All spaghetti monsters. All spaghetti monsters all night. Yeah, I'm aware, Freak. In fact, the next deck we're gonna play has that, so I'm excited about that one. I think it has some serious serious potential. We can't go for it. It's just not worth doing. Yikes. Hi ho. ego me, you coward. Do it. You won't. Bloody coward. If dwarves are stout, are elves elves are American lagers. What was the drink of choice on Sunday? I had a few different beers that I like, but the one I mentioned and I put a picture of on Twitter is a Sparkle Puff, which is a beer from Flying Monkey Brewery. Yeah, if you're anywhere in the near Southern Ontario, you might be able to get it because it is a Canadian Southern Ontario brewery, Flying Monkey Brewery. Yeah, we're kind of screwed, huh? I mean, we either had to jam right away or draw some ludicrous, well, all right, maybe. Interact with me, opponent. You won't. Coward. Coward! Excuse me? You lit up, right? What? Well, we've got 9 mana, so if I draw another Breach right now, we're not screwed. We're alternatively enabled. The bigger problem is they have way too many goddamn permanents. There's just no hope here now. I'm bleeding them on clock pretty badly, though, and they have to win another game after this, so I don't feel terrible about that part. Not that I want to win that way, but... Oh, yeah, you'll definitely be able to... Well, Speed, you need to go to... so LCBO, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, is the place you want to go to find it. The beer store... So, until just a few years ago, all liquor had to be sold by the Ontario government in Ontario. And so it was sold by 2 stores, the LCBO and the beer store. The LCBO being the storefront for the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, who, of course, licenses everything. Yes, it's incredibly goofy. Yeah, LCBO, correct. And the point is that the beer store is the place where you go to get your Molson and your Coors and some nice stuff. Hey, Paul! Thanks for that, buddy. That means a lot. Coming from one of my favorite Legacy players. Except for, of course, the Shuensei one. Anywho, so the beer store is where you tend to get a little bit more, I want to say, like, your drinking beers. And then the LCBO is where you get your fancy beers. But you also want to go to one that's in a nice area of wherever, because those ones will be more likely to stock better beers. They don't all have infinite shelf space, as all, retails do. And, oh no, they have the Kaya's Guile. We'll never beat them now. Boo! Your uncle's a beer slob. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. There's also another one called Raccoon City. Raccoon City has some really good beers. I don't remember which ones because my dad also loves to go touring breweries and such whenever he's around, so... no, they got my Emrakul! Anyway, Raccoon City sounds like the name of a city for raccoons. That's the tweet. That's the whole tweet. I'm pretty sure you meant Raccoonian, Roy, but I'll let it slide this time. Raccoonian? Raccoonian? Alright, so Vale was god-awful. Let's listen to Jacob. Let's listen to the expert and not play Vale. The more I think about it, the worse it is. Obviously, we didn't see any Thoughtseizes during that game, so that could just go the other way next game. They could have brought in 4 of them, and it's not impossible that we wouldn't have seen one because they are playing an 80-card deck. So, Raccoonian, yeah. Raccoonian? I'm going to follow the example of my my competitive play hero, the one and only Chase Strifo Hansen, and just slam my opponent here for being poor at clock management. And if anyone has a problem with that, well, that's all right then. All cities in Southwest Ontario are essentially raccoon cities. Yes, it is true. Aw, Scruffy. Yeah, I used to work at Starbucks. In fact, I worked at Starbucks for 5 years, and on my street where I grew up, which is where I was living when I started working for Starbucks, when I would get up at or I'd go out the door at 4:30 in the morning to go grab the bus, and the raccoons would be up with me, and I'd always see them going through the trash and whatnot. I think I want the Gearhulk back in, and I especially want it over at least 1 lightning bolt. I think I'm okay with this setup. Yeah. Oh yeah, skunks are around. Oh, I saw the saddest thing one time, which was a skunk that had something severely wrong with its eyes, and I think it was blinded by something, and it was just bashing into the wall at the chapters near Runnymede and Blurroy, and it was like the saddest thing ever. But I also kind of ran across the street because I was like, if it's startled, it's gonna go off like instantly if it thinks that I'm any kind of trouble. All right, hand's perfect. Let's go. It's not perfect. This lightning bolt could be a remand, but beggar not chooser. Yeah, it's one of those things where I just like, I don't know, I have empathy for most. Yeah, I hope it was having a great night instead of actually being in pain and discomfort. Oh my god, Tarn Scarf, that's awesome. Alright, you grab that end and I'll grab this end. You want me to grab this end? No, I said you grab that end. Okay, I forgot we worked it out beforehand. Empathy for all living creatures except Bogle's players. Well, they're not living creatures. Yeah, what if he didn't, though? Excuse me, opponent. I have a small objection. Your Teferi got a leak. I can get it fixed, but I'm going to have to order a part, and well, it could be 3 or 4 days. Oh, no. This is not what I wanted to see. No. Currently, I'm west of Toronto, over in Oakville. But I lived Runnymede and Bloor for 20 years. And then I was in Etobicoke for university. It was actually near the Cool Beer Brewery. Hey, I nailed it. If only I had a remand available. Well, we're going to try to breach him next turn, I guess. Yeah, I was in Etobicoke going to Humber College. They actually don't have black mana right now, right? So if I just find the land, I can breach them no problem. I don't think there's anything in their deck that actually stops me. Unless they're doing something weird like playing Mystical Dispute. What's Sprawl on? White. They don't have black as their problem. Wow, that is really unfortunate.
Well, I have nothing to offer you but my love.
I specifically said no geeks.
But my mom says I'm cool.
Jeez. Thanks for the follow there, Victor Guerra. Guerra? All right. Do I Archmage's Charm to try to hit a land drop? No. They didn't do much with their last turn, so... Yeah, it seems like it's more people every time. It's crazy the number of Canadians we've been hitting.
I have nothing to offer you but my love.
I specifically said no geeks.
But my mom says I'm cool.
Thanks for the follow there, con artist. Well, that's a terrible, terrible thing for us to see. All right. I could go Snap Bolt block. I don't think that's a good idea. It's not getting any better, right? Sorry, snap, target the bolt, block, combat damage, then bolt. Well, that's not good. I still have the black-white open. Yeah, that's no good. Oh, great! Just in time. Is there any point in doing anything different here, or are we just going... Just going in? Did they take any mulligans? They didn't. They 100% have it. They didn't have black mana for a long time, Jig, so maybe, but also maybe not, because they fetched twice before, and they didn't go get it. There's also the concerning issue... Okay, Jig. There's also the concerning issue that they actually can keep the Omnath post-Emrakuling. I must be playing Mill. My opponent's on Emrakul. Roy. I like all you people. I'm gonna fetch an untapped land. I'm gonna charm to draw. I don't actually know what I'm looking for here. Gonna opt. If they have Helix, I just die, but I'm pretty sure with Helix, I'm not gonna live anyway. No. I don't know. I mean, that's it, right? I mean, the only other option here is to, No, I'm dead no matter what. Let's see if they have it. That's the only thing that matters. We lose no matter what. Nothing matters anymore. So... Which, I guess, I should have thought ahead a little bit and realized that there was no out. But, I can't believe how long it took us to find that land. That was such a shame. They didn't have black mana for so many turns. And unfortunately, their life total is just too high now. Anyway, like, it just, this doesn't matter on any axis. Well done, opponent. They managed to get it out in time. I would have tried to go for the block or Emrakul the turn before. Did I not go for the Snapcaster line basically as quickly as I could have? I thought that I did. Anyway, well played, opponent. They knew how they had to win that game, which was quickly, and they did it. We had a very unfortunate draw considering we're on a 23 land deck, and we cast a Prismari Command. Yeah, I mean, I considered the breach to block, but I mean, if they have the out anyway, that doesn't... I don't know how that's supposed to help me, because the chance of me drawing a sequence of cards that help me force my playthrough versus drawing another breach. Like, all I needed was, like, enough land so I could remand their Kaya's Guile, because they couldn't cast it twice. But I needed that to come together quicker because they got too many permanents into play, and I just couldn't kill them anymore. It's all good. We lost on a crappy margin there. We lost game 3 to a multi 5, so it really wasn't. This is kind of awkward, but on the play, I'm going to keep. If we never draw another blue source again, that'll be just another day on the stream here. Neobrand? Bant something semi-aggressive? No, one bracket. Oh no, but they're on 1 too. Could still be Neobrand. Could be their one basic. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. They're back. Obviously not, my friend. Obviously not. I hope you're doing well, obviously, Basura. Neobrand, I haven't seen you since high school. How the hell are you, buddy? Oh, really? Wow, that's wow. Oh no. It's all good, friend. It's all good. Well, they're incredibly quick at it. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I've ever seen a Neobrand player this quick. Wow. Going for the league world record on speed. Damn. Fortifying draft, right of consumption. Wild. Shoot me for 40. Good lord. Oh, wait a minute. Target, eh? All right. So that works. That works. That works. And that works. Okay. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need these. Don't need that. Is that good? It's good. Magma Opus can't be a good card. It's not. But I don't hate trying one in this list and seeing if it comes up the whole league. Gearhulk would have been real a whole bunch of times last match. It didn't come up, but it would have been great. So I guess Clique is kind of nice. It's a good clock if I'm trying to put together my combo. Probably cut one Prismari Command. I don't need a lot of speed here. I just need as much interaction as possible. And then Veil of Summer is sort of my last stitch out. Downside of making burgers in my tiny apartment is now it's all smoky. Hey, Speeve, let me tell you one thing about that. Yes, but it means you're doing it right. And that is worth all the smoke in the world. Also, smoke is delicious. Can they go off on turn 1? I'm sure they can. I can't keep that. There we go. So worth it. I'm gonna send you some pictures of my burgers. They good. They real good. Need more burgers to sop up the smoke. See, Roy thinks with portals. This man's a good man. I'll tell you. I guess if I was fetching a Tapland there anyway, I didn't need to reveal that I'm on green to them. So what I could have done is just tape a raw one on your head. Sous vide with the air. That's great. The reason I put the Spell Snare on the bottom is Spell Snare does deal with yikes. One of their ways to win, but not both. So they usually use Neobrand or Eldritch Evolution, and at this point they have enough mana to do either. So Spell Snare will counter a Neobrand, but not an Eldritch Evolution, so I decide to lose it there. We're not going... Oh, they're on Neobrand. Let me see. Good hand. They could have gone for it. They didn't. We just take the evolution here because it's their payoff card. So now they... They could have just drawn. I was giving them 2 draws. I was giving them a draw and they had a draw step. What are you doing? Whatever. I think they just want to get people and that's fine. Oh, funny. Silly opponent. So we can keep this. Oh, they're gonna draw their whole deck, right? Which I guess means they probably have infinite Pact of Negations if they think they need to, which they probably realize that they do. I bet they have a plan, so I probably need to stop them from going off in the first place. That's not good enough. Okay. This sucks, but it's technically good enough. Alright, lack of Simian Spirit Guide. Do God's work here. Because... Oh! That is a tremendously good draw. If they try to go off with Neobrand. Sorry, Neo form. They didn't have a second land. Yo. PogChamp. That's right. I over-enunciated it. It was great. Felt good. Felt very California. What's up, Loverboy B? Every time I see that, it looks like a flaming Togepi, and I'm just very enthused. Not that I'm happy with the idea of Togepi being on fire, but it's funny. That's what you said you needed to do versus Oops yesterday. Yeah, and you should have just done it. Jesus. God. Magic players always make things so hard. You know, like each other with their deck lists. I really wish that I actually was Australian or something, because that would have been even better. Like each other had with their dick lists. You heard it. Big, thick dicks. 80 cards. Play Highlander, get 100 cards. 100 card dick. Just a huge dick. There we go. You know, it's not you through the breach, it's me. I'm not ready for you yet. Maybe someday. I stand by my comment. The monkey got what was coming to it. Again, I don't think that's... I don't necessarily agree with that. But I like Modern better without it. And... that's what really mattered. No. I think it has helped a little bit with Modern's potential still existing identity crisis of we're like, well, fast mana like that we're a little less free about like Legacy is. In Legacy you can play 8 of that nonsense, which they were doing in the Turbo Valky Cascade deck. Which, again, I still haven't seen anyone who ran the stats on it. Maybe Frank Karsten just doesn't care. But I do believe the Turbo Valky era in Modern even was quite potentially the most broken thing of all time. Also, opponent, at some point you're supposed to deploy an Allosaurus Rider and start threatening me with the beatdown. I mean, a good time. I mean, 6 of one, half of the other. They discard an Allosaurus Rider. I think they're doing it wrong. So they got a Grizzle Daddy down. They ripped through their deck, gaining life with Nourishing Shoals. Then they used Fortifying Draft plus Rite of Consumption. Yeah, they got reprinted once. That's all it took, Speeve. Because the thing is, no, they were $70. When Dominic Harvey won the first SCG tournament of 2018 with Titan Breach, and I mean Amulet Titan with a Through the Breach in it, they went from being like $50 to like $75. And that was where the insanity happened. They put it on the bottom. So one's in their graveyard, one's on the bottom. Good, good. Diego, you got this. Just take it home, baby. We got your back. Scarcity's a hell of a drug. The funny thing about it was it wasn't being played in a lot of decks, but it was just the fact that it was a totally unique printing and a totally unique effect. Yeah. Because I think at the time, the only thing people were doing with Through the Breach was Emrakuling people, and it wasn't a good deck until... But I think it was one of those modern decks that popped in and out, but I wasn't really playing that much at the time, so I actually can't speak to how good that deck was between, I don't know, 2012 to 2017, 18. Okay, I want to hold this one in case I draw my other Prismari Command and I want something to discard. Or the Valakut Awakening. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the other thing with modern and hilarious modern and Magic in general, Speeve, is price memory is a real thing. So like the prime example is always Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom is not particularly competitively playable in any format, but it was completely nuts in standard, and it was pre-banned in modern and remained on the ban list for a gratuitous amount of years. And it's still like $35, $40, $45, and it's been reprinted repeatedly. There's no reason for it to be expensive. Like, literally none, but it is. Yep, there it is. There's no reason for that. It's not playable in any format, like, particularly. It's very popular, that's true. The original has a completely gorgeous art by Rebecca Gay. It's... Yeah, I mean, sure, but I mean, that's nuts, right? Like, that's totally nuts. Nah. Nice alternate cost, nerd. Want to do it again? I dare ya. Roy, you be careful. You're asking for a timeout there. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just one of those cards. Hey, opponent. Pay 3. Do it. You won't. Mid-leak. Oh, no! So they have 2 cards left, so I can just gust this, and then absolute worst case scenario, I could force it afterwards. I mean, they have 2 cards, right? And they have no mana left, so let's just gust it. Gust the Veil, that is. Let them keep it, because I'm not going to care. Whoa, 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 Spider. I love fairies. I registered fairies in multiple competitive modern tournaments. I love fairies. It doesn't make them good, but I love them. Quality and love are not necessarily tied 1-to-1. my favorite movie of all time, nay, my favorite piece of art on the planet, is a terrible, terrible movie called Heavy Metal. I love the movie Heavy Metal. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it's a terrible movie. Snack talk. Well, you gotta snack talk them. All right, I'll be right back, and then we'll go to the next one. Yeah, I'm a big snack fan. I'm a Dubs fan. If anyone wants to leave now and forever hold their peace, I'm a big Dub fan. I actually got to sweep a wonderful partner of mine off their feet after she told me that that Dubs were her preference as well. It was wonderful. It was a funny moment in my life. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't require 100% focus. I just always want to hear what the English version sounds like, because a lot of the time their casting sucks. But every now and then, there's some really good ones. Listening to dubs of shows that you know and love that are English, though, in other languages, like The Simpsons dubbed in other languages, or Family Guy dubbed in... Oh my god. Some of those voices. Oh, SpongeBob in other languages? My god. Like, some of them you're like, what? Is that your language's equivalent of what that person sounds like in English? Opponent is Peekaboo. Peekaboo! We're on the play. Our hand is kind of awful, but I'm going to keep it because it's value. Surprised you weren't in the Discord already. All the platforms, Speeve. All the platforms. Connect your social media. Oh my. Is this going to be the black-red Pyromancer deck? I guess 3, but you're not a Twitter guy? That's fine. I'm not a big Twitter person either. Although I'm getting more into it. It's a good medium to share some of my media. Simpsons GIFs, etc. Although I post those to Reddit as well. If you count Reddit, I'm on like 4 or 5 platforms. If you count things like Reddit, I suppose. Oh, Roy. Oh, that's great. Kicked off of Parlor. It's cancel culture running amok, Roy. Goddamn liberals ruining everything. How dare they require reasonable decency for human beings? What are they thinking? What is going to happen to our country? You see Jiggy Wiggy earlier, he was in here and he was telling us how we were going to get got because our opponent was going to have it all. That's because he's an expert. And you listen to experts, people. Experts are good. Authority is okay. Not always. Thanks, capitalism. Ah, that's not fair. Capitalism and democracy are the worst systems we have, except for all the other ones. Oh, yeah. Did someone order a win? Hey, someone put out for Italian? Because I got a big load of spaghetti here for our opponent. Someone order Italian. Anyone? No? All right. Whatever. Got a pizza here for Homer Simpson? Right here. Mrs. Simpson, what did you do after you left the restaurant? We pretty much went home. Mrs. Simpson, you're under oath. We drove around all night looking for another all-you-can-eat Italian place. When you couldn't find one, tried to book tickets to Italy. Just a big bowl of spaghetti. All right. So yeah, I think the opponent's on the new sort of Rakdos Pyromancer deck, which makes me think I want these things. Definitely want that thing. I probably even want these things. That's a lot of stuff. I definitely don't want that. Oh, yeah. I mean, remands are probably going to be largely not the best. This counter magic in general is not going to be so good here. I guess the Magma Opus is kind of hot against the creature deck. Oh, yeah. JK Torborg, it's crazy. No. It's almost the opposite. In leagues, people... In leagues, it feels like people have like a higher respect for other people playing good decks. But something about the tournament practice room, it just breeds this like entitlement where people like they feel like they should have better games because they're playing bad decks, so everyone else. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, that also might be part of it. Yeah, I know, but like, then they get into this weird mindset where like, I don't know. I have found by and large the way people act in the tournament practice room is not at all like what I would expect. Overall in leagues, I've had a lot more pleasant conversations and back and forths and respect on both sides. Yeah, it's I mean it's weird. It's definitely one of those things where you go, huh, how wonderfully human of everyone. Like they find a space, they mold a 4. Yikes. They find a space which they think is appropriate for them, and then when they find out that it's not exactly what they wanted it to be, then they get super salty about it. All right. Probably losing the Valakut Awakening here, if my opponent's clever. We still have the Op to fall back on, plus 23 lands in the deck in total, so I think we'll be okay. Also, they mulled the 4, so yeah. Taking the Valakut Stoneforge there is definitely like their best way to sort of cheese out a win when they mold to 4. Can't imagine that that we lose this game. I try especially heinous Lantern Brews in the tournament practice room. And probably rightly so. People just auto-concede, so I can't get any real testing done. I mean, that's... Oh, I should have opted there. It's fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like... The tournament practice rooms, I've actually had a lot of luck testing things there. They take the Bolt. Wild. But I can 100% think that most of the time that would not be the case. Just because people don't need to take your crap. There's nothing on the line. So it's like, you start playing Lantern stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not dealing with this today. Sorry." I had us again though. I was shocked. Like when I was playing the silver GAC lists, a surprisingly large number of people would really stick it out against my combo. I say combo, and it wasn't like it was an auto win or anything like that. But am I goldfishing? Feels like I'm goldfishing. I don't know if my opponent is real or just some kind of social construct. Yikes. I lost to your jank? You're supposed to lose to my jank. How can this be? How could this happen to me? Me. Okay then. Yeah, I guess that's a set of cards we could. Really? All right, sure. Guess I'm just over here drawing flat nothing. Any discard spell means automatic net deck. Exactly. Oh no, they're gonna flashback Inquisitions on me, guys. Yikes. I got no out for that. Hey!
A toast to the host, you can boast the most roast.
Giglio with the hosteroo. Thanks, friend. Hey, we're doing Italian tonight. It's perfect. We threw the breach in response. Oh yeah, if they Thoughtseize us, I would definitely snap off the breach. Fresh blood. Oh, no problem, dude. I actually did make pasta tonight. It's phenomenal. I have footage of my sweet, beautiful, burning pasta. Sauce. Well, onions, garlic, and what do you call it? Pancetta. Oh man. Call against command. Lisa needs braces. Call against command. Lisa needs braces. How do you burn pasta? No, I don't mean burn. I mean to make the vodka cream sauce, I put onion, garlic, and pancetta in the pan. Cook that, and then pour in a good slug of vodka and light it on fire. It's great. It's delicious. Oh, dude, it's so good. I got footage of it. I'll put it on Twitter. Vodka cream sauce is actually really, really easy. I thought it was going to be like gratuitously complicated, but it wasn't. Nice. Wrong format, the jig. Wrong format. They don't have access to Ponder or Brainstorm. Hell, they haven't even drawn a lightning bolt. There it is. I think I've played too many lands out. Yeah, I definitely did. That last one was a mistake, because if I draw... well, the Valakut Awakening is in my graveyard, but... MH2 will solve all the issues. Ain't that the truth? Alright, let's go! Let's go! Alright. Wait, oh, I have a Flame Slash. Let's do that. Let's go. Brainstorm in Modern. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I'll tell you, Jimmy. First of all, Brainstorm's not enough blue pips. Anyone could splash it. Even communists. Dreadbore. I love it. Oh, I love that. All right. Emrakul? No. Emrakul? No. That's actually a fantastic draw. Oh my god, opponent's also not drawing anything. Okay. Whee! I made a point of saying that we were playing 23 lands. I said it. I said it out loud in front of... Oh my god. Crap fight. Oh, there it is. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Oh, yeah. Oh. Diego Chan, you've been hitting the gym, brother. Looking good. Looking good. Thick boy. Thickums. All right, let's go. Come on. Are you serious? This is unreal. I'm keeping an extra through the breach because if they do, in fact, draw a Thoughtseize and they take my one through the breach and then I draw an Emrakul, I'm going to be, Are you tired of sitting around the house all day with nothing interesting to do? Are you on your third beer of the evening? Does whiskey count as beer? I didn't need the upkeep stop on Castle, but I've certainly hit enough mana at this point. The jig is always up that I should have done it. Yes, you're correct. As soon as I missed it, I was like, I probably should have done it. I could go double scry on this back and forth. Better at drawing lands than John Avon. And I tell you. Opponent just says GG's. I didn't even spaghetti you. Come on. I mean, I did in game one, but still. What an incredible game. Oh my god, what is this? There it is. Mom was shy. Stepmom, what are you doing? You could have hard cast the Emrakul. Could I? Actually, I wasn't counting. Oh my god, that's great. I was on 13 and I had multiple lands in my hand. MLG, baby. Magic is a top esport. I heard it from an authority figure. They wouldn't lie. I mean, it's not like they have a vested interest in the success of the company. That would probably be illegal. Oh, hey, tax collector. I assume you were that opponent. We also had a gratuitously bad draw, but yours started with a mold of 4. So, yeah. And your double Thoughtseize out of the, or your double Inquisition out of the graveyard. Clickbait and ship it. That sounds like a great slogan for my channel. It just sounds like the Clone High Extreme Blue slogan of spray it in your face and slam it. Extreme Blue is hard packed with all 12 essential Nutramites to fortify your X zone. Spray it in your face and slam it. At least it let me know you were streaming. Oh, I didn't know that it let you know. Well, Welcome. Is that the black red pyromancer deck that was in the deck dump this week? Because I'm gonna play that I think tomorrow, and it looks pretty cool. I'm kind of excited for it. I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna come on noon or before. Hopefully, I'm gonna go for a run and workout. The weather's been really crappy for like a week and a half, and I have to do a lot of my exercise stuff outside right now. I mean, I don't have to, but I have been, and it's been mostly pleasant until the last 2 weeks where Canada turned into England and it's just been all rain. So hopefully I'll be able to exercise in the morning. If I get to bed at a reasonable time, that would be good too, because the construction's going to be back in the morning. Okay. This is not a great hand in this matchup. And so in the afternoon tomorrow, hopefully I'm going to... That's a really good draw. Although not that good. Still good. In the afternoon tomorrow, hopefully I'm going to be streaming some of the Velomachus Taking Turns deck, playing Mana Traders. So that'll be available on this channel in the afternoon tomorrow. Snag some Valakut Awakenings while they're still cheap. It's probably a good idea, although I don't know how high they're going to go speed. They're a rare from a standard legal set. Those tend to stay low for a good long time. Freedmania was on it earlier today. Deckless Gas. Cool. Good to know. You added Unearths without taking out the Bedlam Revelers, so it leads to weird hands. I mean, sure, but I mean, that's the kind of thing I wouldn't worry about too much. Any new rare since Collector's Path at work? Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And then even before that, they were low, right? Like, Teferi Time Raveler took forever to get up to, like, a reasonable price. Yeah, they rise in value slowly, but, like, yeah, and then, of course, it's been weird due to the pandemic. They're doing Manamorphose in combat? Okay. This is probably going to be Boris Charm. And then a double strike and do 8? No, they're going to deal 4 damage and do 8. That's fair. I could have had Fatal Push. That's fair. I mean, in paper. I opened one at the pre-release and I told people I had pulled something that was $20 plus, and they were like, he's like 8. And I was in a Florida comic book shop, and no. I looked it up at the time. It was like 8 to 10, something like that. At least on Cool Stuff Games' site, which was a location that I was in at the moment. And you opened on a release and sold it for 20. Well, maybe you were in a place where people were more aware. I don't know, because I remember looking it up at the time and being surprised. I was like, I'm gonna hold on to this. I think it's probably really good, and I still have that Teferi. Excuse me, opponent. This is a nice creature you have here. I would like to try it. You only sold it because you thought it was meh in Legacy. Thought it would crash. I mean, it's definitely not Sting, like, as high as it has been at times. It has fluctuated a bunch, especially with it getting banned in a bunch of formats. Alright, Luris. Yeah, the ban in Pioneer Herd, exactly. Valakut Stanforge. Yes, and then when they play the Luris, they'll get the Bauble, but I'll shock the Luris with Prismari Command. You thought Narset was better than it was the problem? I mean, a lot of people did, and for a while it was. I mean, I don't think that you're necessarily totally wrong. Right now in Legacy, it often still is better, even though, yeah, Narset's better in Legacy, just because Brainstorm and Ponder. The cantrips are much better. Whereas in a lot of other formats, people aren't actually playing that many draw cards. Because they suck. Yeah, I mean, Narset's busted in half in Vintage, right? You don't leave home without your Narset. Suppose I could always just counter the Luris. That's going at my... Yeah. Okay. So we might steal the Lumimancer, let them play the Bauble. Okay. What is this? Can I take 2 here? Should I just grab it? I grab it, they play the Lurrus, they get the Bauble. Means I took no damage, but they do get a card. If I let them go to the next step here, they could throw more spells at me, then I grab it, then they don't cast the Lurrus. Well, let's at least go to blockers, because I don't have a Snapcaster Mage, I don't give a shit. Let's give them the last chance to play spells. Alright, I'm calling your bluff, opponent. I'll take the 2. 2 life is worth a card. Yeah, I think so. I think so. In the way that I'm gonna let this hit me. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, they had the extra mana, so what they're planning on doing here is casting Lurrus and then getting back the Soulscar Mage. But we're just going to counter it and then Prismari Command to kill this. And then we're golden. Tap 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 tap. Indomitable creativity. Bring the beat in. Huh. Yep. All right. Okay. Fate of turn, Zach. You're drawing a burn spell. You're drawing a crash through. You're drawing a jackal. Is it a jackal? You drawed a jackal. Not a jackal pup, though. Thing's a 2/1. Thing's scary as fuck. Is it better to remand or is it better to dig for a breach? I haven't seen one yet. I guess remanding their burn spell next turn is probably a bad idea, so let's just do this. Price of progress in this format? I think that's probably not gonna... Seriously? Okay. I'll take it. Don't know why that just happened, but alright. I don't really know what they were worried about there. That had to be a huge punt, right? Like, they thought I had a hard counter. No, Alex, it's... Don't worry about it. Is MTG bot still drunk? I don't know, but I do enjoy that before MTG bot was like, I can't do that for you, Roy. I'm shutting you. Yeah, we also had better numbers than usual before that, though. Giglio. Giglio MTG. Yeah, this is not looking great. Well, might just be dead. So I'm hoping they have Boros Charm or something similar here that I can spell snare. Won't quite be lethal, so we'll see if they deploy it or not. It's the green 4 sideboard cards mostly. If you hit exclamation point deck, you'll get a link to the exact deck list we're playing right now, as well as handy dandy useful download buttons, etc. This is the updated Rug Breach deck from Grixisism. Nice. I love that they played the land. I don't know that I would have in their situation, but... The article has been slightly updated with an improved quote-unquote list and some changed sideboarding technology based on suggestions from... Where's my Tarmogoyf? From Freaky Nasty. Although... It's been interesting to see other people trying it out and having different opinions. You want to play all these through the breach files in paper? They're fun. Yeah. Emrakul is definitely a bit of a stumbling block for decks like this. It's like, oh, I don't want to own 4. I want to own 1 and play Nahiri's instead. They're cheap. Nahiri's like a $10 card. Why is Emrakul pricey? Casual. It's also playable in a lot of formats because it's playable in Legacy, it's playable in Modern. Oh, wow, are we dead? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're gonna go to 1 if they have no other damage. If they have no other damage, we go to 1 for this. So let's do it. Being banned in EDH? Is it banned in EDH? God, I hate that format. Yikes. Huh. Alright. Were you bluffing, opponent? Or do you have a 2-mana spell? Woohoo! Burn to bottom to day! Woohoo! And coming in off the bench, Big Mama Emrakul, always ready to party. Just had to get her rear in gear, and oh, opponents got spaghetti all over their face, and they were not ready for that one. Boom. No, I'm insulting EDH. Hey, Tortured Sword. Emrakul, the Aeons hip. Now I want to hear an Emrakul rap. That's where I'm at now. I want to hear an Emrakul rap, and you can't tell me that I don't. Or just like an Eldrazi rap, I guess. Boom, 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 boom. I'm Emrakul, and I'm here to say. No, I've never seen Emrakul the Aeon's hip. No, I've seen Emrakul as the Kool-Aid Man on a playmat by I think it's like my favorite artist on Inked Gaming. I think it's the same person who does the sort of Art Deco ones. Yeah. No, I haven't seen Emrakul the Aeons. I don't have a problem with EDH in theory. Commander in theory. I played EDH actually way back in the day before it was an established format when it was like EDH. And I'm not saying that there hasn't been some great improvements to the format, etc., etc., etc. What I am saying is the way it gets talked about and marketed just really annoys me. Because I don't consider it to be a good just pick up and play format. I think it's absolutely god-awful for that, and I've never enjoyed it. But maybe it's just because I've been playing too long, and I'm too enfranchised, and so it's the best kitchen table Magic. Yeah, but the problem is it's not, because, I mean, I live in a city where there's just going to be, like, other heavily enfranchised players who roll up, and they're jerkwads, and they have these super-powered decks, or they don't. Yeah, send the link. It's just, there's so much social contract that I think is required to make a match of EDH great, and it's not. That's. I mean, I can keep going, but I don't think I need to. Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god. It's gonna break. I was not prepared. I was well and truly unprepared. Alright, mutagenic? You have it? I was so not ready. I wasn't ready for the giant aviators. That hurt. Legitimately hurt. There it is. All right. The world's greatest hand hider has been deployed. All right, you got another one? Oh my god. I guess I should put it over here. So it's less likely to. I was so not ready. Oh, it hurts. Jesus. Oh. Oh my god. All right, it's been a minute. Someone dig my grave. Oh, not coming back from this one. Oh my god, that was phenomenal. Literally crying. Oh, that was the best. I was just so not prepared to laugh that hard. Yeah, I guess we'll use the. I should mitigate. Well, so I want to use the least efficient removal spell in my hand in terms of mana cost. But I don't have a fourth land, so I can't make sure I have a lightning bolt up next turn, and I really don't want to get Swift Speared. So I think I'm supposed to Abrade this. Alright. It's tapped anyway. I'm already at 10, and I didn't bring in the Weather Storms, did I? No, I didn't. Should have done. Probably be alright with that. Yeah, that's fine. No second threat, huh? Alright. I can't Anger plus Bolt here, so I think we're going to pass the turn and probably Bolt in response to the first burn spell. And then they have to be able to play 2 more. Oh. I'm glad little Emrakul is now hanging out with us all night. I was not ready. Maybe I should put it behind chat, like a whole bunch of streamers do with with images. Thanks for the follow there, Window Jumper Alan. Oh, Alan. Window Jumper Alan. Path their own Soulscar Mage. Did you just 2-for-1 yourself? Yeah, you got it. So I could counter this lightning bolt, but I'm not going to because something about a land. 2 salads. Something about that play makes me think that they're maybe playing Bedlam Revelers in the post board. Okay, I'm letting this resolve because Mana Leak. Manamorphose. I'm not letting that one resolve though. So 2 salads. It's 1 mana ramp. Also, they don't have Bedlams. Oh, they had the Lurrus, obviously. Yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot. Don't worry about me. Idiot who's going to 5. Oh, nope. Going to 3. 3 it is. Yikes. Yep, keep that one. Bye, girl. Oh, yeah. Brick. I was laughing for so long, I sweat a little bit. I just started sweating a little bit. That was quality. I can't even. That was so damn good. The execution. Oh, thanks, Window Jumper. That's beautiful. They trade a card in your hand and a creature for a card in their hand and a land. Yeah, you're right. 100%. You're 100% right. Yeah, knowing Liz is going to be live is good. Yeah, well. Can't stop that one. Okay, they don't have a Lavadart this turn, so this is just going to do one, and then I get to anger it, and then I'm out of answers. And I'm at 2. So, you know, not the best. Not the best. Their deck is so thin. So smart and thin. Oh, no. We've drawn an abysmal amount of card selection. I kept in things like Archmage's Charm, didn't I? I did. Just haven't been drawing them. Yikes. They drew something they're not playing? Oh, that's a yikers. 23 lands. 23 lands, baby. Just like I said. No, stop cantripping. I don't have answers for anything. Stop it. Just draw bricks. Clever Lumimancer. Bloodstain Mark. Yes. Great. Beautiful. This has to be the one card they didn't play already once. Yikes. I was saying that before Uro got banned. The jig is always up. I don't know if it's true, but it certainly feels true to me. These decks are a pain. They're just way too freaking good. Okay, I kind of want to play the Snow-Covered Forest out, because then I have a little bit more mana to play with if I have to Prismari Command. Yeah. Obviously, I don't have the same cards to play with in hand to discard. But... yeah, I mean, Modern already had Burn, though. Like, Burn was plenty good. Burn kills people on turn 3 sometimes. Like, I don't know why we needed a better creature deck than that. And because of Shocklands, it's a much better deck than it is in Legacy. Also, the lack of Force of Will, but whatever. I'm assuming they have Lethal Burn here. Yep. All right. Yeah. Again, I think the lack of GT in this format isn't necessarily that that GT wouldn't be an okay card for Modern. It's that they don't want Modern to be another format where GTA Stoneforge is a thing. So I really do think they try to keep the line between Legacy and Modern separated by a number of cards. Yeah, I think I still want the Gearhulk. Again, I have no real evidence. Yeah, I know they did, but I mean, it's still, I don't know. I feel like there's still a couple lines they just don't want to cross. Would Grove of the Burn Willows and Punishing Fire be a problem in Modern? Probably not. I mean, that's the same kind of argument people said about Stoneforge. That's like going to make all the white decks Stoneforge decks that are just totally homogenous, and they're not. A lot of them decide between playing or not playing. Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason why I think GTA would be fine, but like I think the format's already so unfriendly towards creatures anyway. Yeah. Well, and the equipment that already exists tends to blank removal. Like, that's the value of it. And GT... Am I keeping this hand? Pretty sure I am. And GT doesn't actually blank a lot of removal. It gets to keep the counters, so some of the decks that would want to remove the creature and stop the GT from continuing to gain counters don't actually gain that much benefit from killing the creature once the counters are on it. Like, the counters are the damage is already done. But I don't know. It's complicated. That's for damn sure. You know. So I'm going to let them go here. If they decide they want to go all in on some gigantic turn, I have a Weather the Storm. And if they don't, we just go end step Abrade. So maybe they'll hit some middle ground, but crash through. I think I'm going to kill the Lumimancer here. Although I guess if they have a mutagenic growth, I get totally dunked on. So right now, Weather the Storm is a gain 9. And I'm about to take... Oh, just 4? Alright. We'll actually just probably spew one of the Weather the Storms this turn. Whee! Brat. So I'm at 24. Which is nice. Unbanned twin heart emoji. Nice. Yeah. I mean, they could do what they do with Historic while everything's still in Magic Online mode and just like test stuff. Am I winning? Well, we lost that first match, then we beat Neobrand. We're 1-1 against Boros Prowess right now. So, yeah, I'd say we're winning overall. Not being dead against this deck feels pretty great. I'll take the 4. I'll go down to 20. Is that all you got? Oh, they're doing more stuff. Lava Dart. Quelle surprise. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça, une Lava Dart? Lava Feel? Lava Feel? Flashback, please. I hope so. Then I'm going full weather. And here's little Lisa Simpson with her rendition of Stormy Leather. Oh, I mean, weather. Huh. Oh, they're doing more stuff. Or are they going hard? Oh, they're going so hard. I was here for it. Okay. You got more? I'm not blocking. All right. Whee! Guess who's back? Back again. Yeah, all right. So we're just gonna Archmage's Charm to steal one of these. I don't think they have outs for that in this deck. So hopefully they have some sorcery speed stuff. This is fine. In terms of spells, because if they... Perfect. So this means I can steal the Lumimancer before they declare it as an attacker, which gives me a reasonable creature to block their Swiftspears with. And they can't Lava Dart it. It's going to be too thick. Did they just burn off the mana? Yikers. I would like that. Yoink! I think artifact lands would be a really interesting include in Modern. Just because I think at this point they're not actually going to do that much. Like Mox Opal's gone. Affinity, like making the Affinity deck. Yeah, I mean, yes, Jitte would be powerful, but only when it's doing stuff. And there's just so many decks that just don't care. Okay, this is great to see because it means the path is clear for me to remove their creatures, probably. Yikes. Although they have 0 cards. Oh! Yeah. Yeah, alright. Flashback Leviter? Come on! I won't save anything, but it'll be funny. Jacob, to answer your earlier question, we are now winning. Oh, we won a game here that was really fast. Because this was... Oh, this is the Black-Red Pyromancer deck, and he just did not draw anything. But then came by afterwards and was quite the nice human being. Well, they mulled to 4 in game 2, and game 1 was like turn 5. I just like drew it, and I was like, oh, spaghetti mom. Oops. Oh no, spaghetti all over. Oh no, spaghetti. If you didn't notice Emrakul hanging out in my hand all the time. Jacob, you missed me absolutely losing it when Emrakul was first showed on stream. I hope someone clipped it. I'm assuming they didn't, but I lost it. I totally lost it. I was laughing so hard I basically couldn't speak. It's so cute. Alright, 1 die roll. Alright, I'm not keeping that in the dark. Oh, we're against Luris, so I'm not keeping that. This is much better. Not good, but it's better. I'm tempted to bottom the Breach. I'm gonna bottom the Command, though. Yeah, and then we play lead on Stoneforge. I don't know that they actually would get that big of a boost, Jiggy. That's the only argument that makes GTA seem more appealing to me than I think. A lot of people are just reacting without actually thinking about how it ends up playing out. But again, I don't necessarily think that means it's it's a good idea to add it to the format. I don't necessarily think that it is. I'm just saying. Yeah. Again, I just like the dividing line between Modern and Legacy, including GTA, for whatever reason. Like, it just makes me happy to have that. Oh, it's Mill! Oh, thank God. I thought this was going to be Grixis Luris, and that deck is not so fun. Oh my God, it's Mill, and we're playing Emrakul. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've never had this happen before. Blitz! Get in here! It's over, people! We don't have a prayer! Oh, let me get the soundboard out. Both teams played it. Oh, they blew their surgical!
It's all over, people. We don't have a prayer. Ah!
That's my only Mana Leak 2. It's a 1-of. I only have 1. Oh my God. So we could lose to Mill if they have another surgical and they mill us and they manage to surgical in response to an Emrakul trigger. So it's possible to lose, but not super likely. Remand is fine. just because I do at least have land drop. Oh yeah, this hits a lot of good cards in their deck. Also, that dog is just like, what the hell? Meow. Oh. Well, if we're operating under the assumption that Mill plays good cards, then yes it does. That was a weird pause. I wonder if they have the archive trap and then they just didn't. Whatever. Oh, I would say Modern has shifted into being Legacy Light a lot more than it was when I started playing Modern just a couple years back. Bringing back Jace, bringing back Stoneforge Mystic, printing Stepmom, the Giver of Runes. No, they've done a huge amount of stuff that has made Modern into very much Legacy. They just scoop it up. That's tough. That was a tough surgical to watch. I mean, it was really funny from our side, but like that, ooh, that one hurt. Okay, I do want the bolts. Flame Slash is probably overkill. Yeah, Spell Snare's fine. Pretty sure I want all the Veils. Oh no, they showed me the they showed me the glimpse. I don't really think I need Cryptic Command. Oh, Mystical Dispute's probably fine. Is Archmage's Charm that good? Yeah, it's pretty freaking good. The thing about Archmage's Charm is you just let it pass to their end of turn, and then you draw 2 cards if they don't play anything you want to counter. It's really good. Card is just generally very, very good. I just want to mostly cut down the more expensive stuff in this matchup. I keep thinking, like, every time I've been playing this deck, I keep thinking that I want to board basically into a more Blue Moon-like deck with only Through the Breach at the top. Magma Opus has to be good with Gearhulk. It is. But it's not good in this matchup. I honestly don't. We haven't hit like any kind of dirtily mid-range deck. They will mill it. Yeah, but they're also going to mill an Emrakul. It's going to shuffle it back in. Like, it's not... I want to be using Gearhulk on counter magic if I keep it at all. But again, what I was about to say, the jig is always up, is that I think I'd prefer to board down on cost even more and play like Vendilion Clique here. Or even bring back the Cryptic, just because 6 mana is such a big ask against a deck that is ostensibly trying to win the game fairly quickly. Now, they won't be able to do it, but if you're playing the meme, embrace the meme. All right. We got one last match to try to do it, so I guess we should try to do it. All right. Let it be on your head if I'm unable to cast that Magma Opus from whatever zone and I lose the game because of it. On the plus side, we could discard it to make a treasure token, then get the Emrakul milled, shuffle it back in, draw it, and cast it with the same treasure token. Gasoline, my friend. No turn 1 crab. Yeah, that. I would really love to see someone who has like some prog rock or metal celebrity on their channel doing the pog face and call it prog champ. That is a big dream. I want to find that somewhere on the internet. It already exists, I'm sure of it. Prog champ. Circle of Strife. Well, my hand already has all the things. There's cycling. Okay. With an Emrakul in their deck? Yikes. That is definitely a thing that could happen. Alright. If I counter this, if they have Drown right now, they can't drown it. I know this means I'm not taking control of it, but that's considerably more risky. It's also on stream. Whew. Capel. Mesmerical. Oh, Glimpse. Emrakul? Yay! Uh-oh. No! No! Oh, yeah. Oh, no, there's only one Emrakul now. The coolest one of all. Clearly shouldn't have countered the crab. Of course, the same-ish thing could have happened anyway. I wonder if I was supposed to leave all my mana up for, I wonder if I was just supposed to leave all the mana up for the, for countering the surgical. I should be playing Living Wish. Be the big brain play. Drown me now. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Sorry. I'm an old man. I always think about... You can board one out. Oh, see, there's the genius plan. Feel bad for my opponent. Look at me, Blitz. Look at this crap-ass game I'm playing over here now. Crap-ass. Ass crap is what it is. Functions as Emrakul 4/7 anyway. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. It makes sense. Playing 4x Shuffler. What just happened? You did the thing! You did the thing! They're here! What the hell just happened? Okay. I did not have the greatest draw coming out. OP gave up, I guess. No, I mean, I understand that they gave up, but, like, good lord. It was such a strange way to concede. Yeah. Streams typed and saw the Emrakul. Oh, my god. Oh. So we're playing more Spaghetti Monster in a second, but before we do that, let's talk about Grixisism's awesome list here. It's a little too Emrakul for me, and by that I mean I like actually most of the things in here, but Magma Opus and Gearhulk not doing it for me so much. I already liked decks like this, so that was not my favorite. And the Veil of Summers didn't end up being super useful, but playing these decks before, especially against black discard spells, I'm pretty happy. Yes, Prismari Command is nuts, and I was playing a ton of it when it first came out. But I think I just prefer to see more Cryptics, more Force of Negations. Most of the changes we made for the deck list today, which was including the 1 mana leak, the Spell Snare, the Flame Slash, those all came in handy in a bunch of different places, so I like that. Anger of the Gods in the sideboard is a good split card against a lot of the small creature decks and Dredge, which we didn't run into, but you will. Weather's Storm was actually kind of fire against red-white prowess. I haven't loved it against red-blue prowess so much. You only run 2 commands in your Emrakul list. I like 4, personally. This deck should have 4 Force Negations. Why only 1? It had 2. Grixisism told me to cut 1. I like 2 or 3. I don't like 4 right now. Just because there's a lot of decks where it's just kind of sucky. Fawn protects your combo, though. Does it? I mean, it can, but not always. If you need to go for it on your turn, it doesn't. You can do it on their end step, and there it will, which is just it's not always an option, although it's frequently an option. Yeah. I know how to do it. I mean, I like it there. I don't know. Maybe it is fine. It is good in game ones against the prowess decks sometimes, but I don't know. It seems like a liability. Veil's honestly better combo protection. Yeah, in this list for sure. And I think this list is built to deal with a lot of the blue decks. Jake assumes no one understands how to play the game. That's okay. That's a good assumption sometimes. Explaining things clearly and fully is not always a bad idea. And we should all be receptive of that concept sometimes. Roy is very good at doing that. Roy defaults to explaining things in full, and I think that's not necessarily something that we should be annoyed or upset about, because very frequently you're going to learn something that you didn't actually know. Not always, but sometimes. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So what I do want to try at some point is one of these lists with Ren and 6, potentially in the place of Snapcaster Mage, with the idea being that I think if you could ensure constant land drops and a backup plan that's a little bit better than a bunch of Snapcaster Mages, I'd really like that. I've played a lot of Ren and 6 decks, and turn 2 Ren and 6 is completely insane against other control matchups. Plus, you sort of tax their resources in a way. And of course, I've been playing a bunch of Dwarven Mind decks, and I almost would want to do that. It's really tricky with like things like Archmage's Charm and Cryptic Command being some of the best things about playing these decks to support the Through the Breach 2-card pairing. So I'm not sure about that. But that said, we are going to hop over to Spider Space's Jeskai Creative Breach deck. So this is a Through the Breach deck that is also an Indomitable Creativity deck. It's a Dwarven Mind deck. It's sort of similar in concept to what I've been playing in the Velomachus Taking Turns deck. But one of the things that I love about this deck is that it specifically can hose people for trying to exploit some of the weaknesses that the Velomachus Taking Turns deck has. Will get them got by the Through the Breach. So what I mean by that is like the way some of these decks are going to play around different bits of your removal, and the way that they're going to tap out or not tap out. Lorehold has no weaknesses. I mean, I love that deck to death. It definitely has weaknesses and weak matchups. Specifically, intelligent burn-minded players, people playing Lava Darts, people playing Lightning Bolts. So stick around live with me if you want to see that. And if you're in the future hanging out on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, you smash that subscribe button, you can check out my other videos. Tonight at midnight, in an hour and 30 minutes, it'll be out by the time you're seeing this on YouTube, will be all 7 matches of my Sunday challenge run with the Velomachus Taking Turns deck, all in a playlist. So if you are not subscribed to my YouTube, you can do that, and you'll be able to find that lickety split, and that applies to everyone who's live as well. So let me just get switched over to this new deck, and if you want to see the list, you can type !deck in the chat and get that linked right now. It's YT for the YouTube, yeah, because we're lazy. Larynx, this section doesn't go on YouTube. This section is in between decks. This gets cut.